What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Flip Up Podcast. Today it's just me and Lucas, and today we're going to talk about some life hacks for cymbals.
Yeah, and again, just thank everyone for following us. We're at around 60 followers now, so make sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, check all the latest videos. It's going to be up there.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the support we've gotten, we've put the page up, would it be a week or now, 2 weeks?
Yeah, like a
So,
week or two.
yeah, man. So it's crazy, man. The support we're getting is just absolutely awesome. And I hope you really do get something out of this, whether you're new to cymbal playing or you've been in this activity for a long time and you just want to know what's in the loop. You know, that's what this platform's for. We educate in all areas, and then just talk about really anything that's been going on. I mean, we're going to get to a point where we have no idea what's going on in this activity. It's going to be other people teaching us like what the new thing is. Like I always joke about how like telekinesis is going to be like the big thing in the future.
Yeah, dude, we're going to get some like random kid on here, and he's going to talk about levitating cymbals, and we're just going to sit in the background like, oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Episode 9000. Dude, shout out to the OG followers here on episode 4 or 5. OGs.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So the thing I wanted to talk about, right? Like, Lucas, come closer to the mic. Sorry if you're on Spotify, but come closer.
Some secrets here, right? We got some secrets, huh?
Yeah. We're going to talk about some life hacks that have helped us.
Very special episode. Very special episode. Life hacks, everyone.
So the thing about these life hacks is you think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just making this up, but like you use a banana instead of butter on your pan to like, I don't know, to make food taste better or something like that. No, this is way more interesting than that. We're going to be talking about small little nuances that like completely enhance the way we've been able to get a grasp under cymbal playing, in the sense that if we didn't have these hacks, it definitely restricted us from doing all these cool things, and also just helped us practice, when we weren't in rehearsal or,
Yeah, folks, these are some game changers right here. Like, one of these hacks, I know if I didn't have this, I would have been screwed practicing and doing video assignments. Like, these hacks are pretty important for if you want to just get through a season. Like, you're going to want to know this stuff.
yeah, I feel like we're making like this YouTube video, when like people are like, number 10 will surprise you guys. Like,
Dude, watch until the end. Number 4 is going to blow you away. Keep
exactly.
watching, but make sure don't skip to the end. You got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. But if you look down in the description, we'll have, timestamps of where each hack is, because
Spoilers.
I don't expect anyone to just watch an entire video. I mean, obviously, now Spotify sucks to be you, but I mean, like, I hope we can get traction in both areas. I think it's important to see the visual interaction, but also, like, if you're in a car ride, like, go to Spotify,
Or falling asleep, put it on.
Exactly.
That's what I do with podcasts.
Really?
Yeah, I put it on and then I'll fall asleep in like 10 minutes.
Damn. I've never thought about that. Usually when I like go to bed, I'm like, I don't know, watching YouTube I guess it kind of correlates.
Yeah, I'll just put it there and then I'll close my eyes and listen. Dude, shout out to the sleepers right now.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, if you're asleep right now, I hope you're having a good little nap or whatever it is going on right now.
No nightmares. Not tonight.
Okay, let's just jump into this. We're just
Yeah.
This is what is it, the whole YouTube algorithm where they're like, yeah, let's get the YouTube videos to like 15 minutes so we like get paid more, which
Oh,
also
yeah.
we don't make anything off of this. Like we don't have any traction. So
Yeah, you need like 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers if you want one ad or something like that. Whatever.
okay, so let's go and talk about the first one. And this is completely off of a whim. we didn't even like plan these out, so I'm just gonna say the first one and it'll work. All right, so the first life hack that I'm not even gonna say the first life hack. I'm just gonna just say them as hacks. So one of the hacks that have helped us tremendously through this activity that prevented any sort of juggling that we did to be restricted because like the pad would just fly somewhere or you know what I'm saying, Lucas? Like,
Oh yeah. You're doing a visual and the pad's just slipping off and you got to get your hand back in the strap but the pad is there. You got to do an old Mason at Colts and rip the pad off.
mm-hmm. Yeah, which if I can find that clip, that would be so awesome. Of
Shout out to Mason.
yeah, we'll actually have Mason on the podcast. Spoiler, but okay. Anyways, that's besides the point. So what we did in 2018, we had this concept of something called pad straps. And you might be thinking, what are pad straps? So basically, we had like the nylon itself, and we made like a thinner nylon strap.
Hmm.
It wasn't even like a strap; it was just this like really thin string. And what we did was we cut these little notches into our pads. I mean, obviously, depending on the pads, you're not going to be able to make notches, but I've been able to make it with Sabian pads and Zildjian pads.
Yeah, just like two little slits right above the pad hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've used this at Scouts, George Mason. I've used it at Colts. So basically, what we did was we had two little slits. If this is your pad, and right, it's like a circle, and then you go to like the bottom half, and you cut two little slits so you can slide that strap through. That's what we did, and then so on top of putting the cymbal strap through, we also had these pad straps, and so we put all of that through and that made it so the pad would not fly anywhere because it was stuck to the cymbal.
Yeah, so you're pretty much like tying the pad down. You stick the little piece of nylon in, shove that through the hole, and then tie it with the rest of the knot so that you can pull on that pad and it's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Huge game changer. Shout out to Georgie, Chris Carlin, creating the pad straps. Innovator, genius.
Definitely, yeah. When we had the idea first, well, I mean, it was his idea, but when we were experimenting with the idea, we started off with like fishing line rather than using like actual cable.
Yeah,
I can't remember what happened with that.
I don't know. I feel like it was too thin and just like didn't work as well, especially getting through the pad hole and like trying to tie it and all that stuff. This was at Scouts at the time, and Georgie was our tech.
Mm-hmm. And I think the next thing that happened was then we decided to cut up strap, but I think we had the strap like really thick.
We had this really bootleg strap. It was like not the Strapworks kind of nylon that a lot of people get now. It was like this really kind of, maybe it was Strapworks, but just the wrong kind. But it was like this really thin and really hard kind of nylon that just did not work. But we ended up using that. Well, I think we used that specifically for the pad straps because it was so thin. So we just cut little strips. It'd be like half of what a strap normally is. You just cut that in half and slide that through. And it ended up working perfectly. But you can use it with regular nylon too. We just used that because it was so thin.
Yeah. And also, if the strap is still a little thick, what you can do is also just peel off some of the fray, which will also lead into the next hack that I'll talk about. But peel off the fray so the strap becomes a little thinner. I'd say the strap was only like this big, something like that. It wasn't like your regular nylon strap or leather, whatever you use that's like this long. It was just literally like this big just to go through. And when we tied our knots, it just like stuck right in. Cool. So now the next life hack. This one,
Boom.
yeah, this one is definitely a little game changer. But the biggest way to just save money and well, let's start off like this. So I'm sure you've probably done plenty of flips in your life to the point where your strap just naturally frays, right? Like
Of
it,
course.
yeah, and it like breaks off, right? So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just constantly buy straps? Well, what you can do is we're kind of talking about it briefly before, but you can get strap from nylon strap from Strapworks, and basically what you do is you get this giant nylon order. Like I can't
It's
remember.
huge.
Yeah, I can't remember how many yards we would usually get, but like we get like spools that are about the size like of me and Lucas's face combined. I don't know. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get.
it's huge and it's pretty cheap too for the amount of straps that you can make from this. It's like this giant roll, and then it's just like you could. I feel like you could have one and use it for the rest of your cymbal career because it's just that big, and you can make just like infinite practice straps, show straps. Just keep busting them out, like. And I think Strapworks is like the go-to place for most lines.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I still have my nylon from God, like before I even marched George Mason. Like I had this a giant spool of nylon, and I still have some till this day. And it was only like $20. Like if I don't know where people like I know there's other resources where you can like get like straps, like but just making your own straps is it's just way easier. And I know we're saying make straps, but like there's no context into making straps. I mean, we'll probably post a video at some point on how to make cymbal straps. I also have one on my personal channel. You can I can link that down below.
Shout out to that. Shout out.
But I think we'll probably make a video. I mean, we haven't thought about like making videos yet on this channel. We've been more so focused on the podcast right now. So maybe this will be something we do in the future, but just know that there is a resource for now on how to make cymbal straps. So we'll link that down below if you're on YouTube.
Hmm. Yeah, and this nylon, like it feels great. If you get the black one, it's like right amount of thickness. It's very flexible. It's soft, and it comes in colors. So
And I will warn you, if you do the colors, some of them are a little bit flimsier. I tend to like my straps a little thicker. So if you go on there and you see like, I don't know, like sky blue or something, just be wary that it might be a little flimsy
yeah, a little bit thinner.
compared to like the black strap or something.
Yeah,
Cool. All right, Lucas, tag, you're in. What's the next life hack?
dude, this next life hack is gonna change the game. All you people trying to practice at home, trying to practice in a college dorm, this is a game changer right here. Because I know I did it. When when you're trying to practice and you do a flip or you like mess something up and your cymbal's ting, it's super loud, and then everyone below you or anyone else in the room is like, oh, what is that disgusting sound? Oh, is they playing cymbals in there? Say no more. I introduce the cymbal mute. Very simple, very innovative. Just take a t-shirt, cut like cut like a little circle in it. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you just trim off the fabric around like the sleeves in the neck area, so it's just this fabric ring. Wrap that around your cymbal. Boom. No more noise. Perfectly silent. Do all your flips, do your visuals, ting all you want. No one's gonna hear it. You can even drop it. It won't make a sound.
Yeah, I remember in 2018, Lucas had this idea. Let's just put like a pillowcase. What was that? A pillowcase or a shirt?
I think I started with a pillowcase and then I did the shirt and then I cut the hole in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lucas submitted one of his video assignments because he didn't want to make a lot of noise. And you got this like giant, like white covering over his symbol while
Hmm.
he's doing the visual. But I mean, it did work. It didn't make any noise, but I'm not saying do it when you do video assignments, but like if you're in like a
I mean, I
college,
did.
yeah. But if
Yeah.
you're in like a college dorm though, like, and you're just practicing, by all means, just do it. You won't wake your roommate. You won't wake the people next to you. If you drop, which also leads in to my next point.
Hmm.
Let's say you are practicing juggling, and let's say, ah, shoot, I dropped my cymbal, and then you got this, or let's say also you're worried about the cymbal cracking, which
Warping too.
warping, yeah, which I will also say when that does happen, it usually is because of the way it dropped down. So this is a life hack off of this life hack. But if you do see your cymbal falling, the best thing you do is to not freak out and just like move away from the cymbal or like reach out and grab it, which you should, but like the best thing you can do is if you know you can't get it, is to stick your foot out and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Not
If you
like
have shoes on, if you got shoes on.
so like I'm not saying like just like kick it and let fly up in the air, but what I'm saying is like just stick your foot out so that like it doesn't fall directly on the ground, and it also changes the way that it's falling. So let's say the cymbal's falling straight down on the edge, but then if you stick your foot out with a shoe on, of course, it's going to prevent it from going straight down on the edge, and it's going to just slide down your foot. Or let's say you do it and it's completely just like flat, like bell facing down. Well, you stick your foot out and it's going to prevent it from just falling straight down. And that's usually
Yeah.
what causes like the warps and the cracks.
Yeah, because if it lands just like straight down, edge down, that's going to cause that bend and that's going to cause the warping. But if it lands kind of just flat or normal, it's not really going to warp as much. So always try and, if you can't catch it, just try and change the like angle that it falls, because you don't want to have potato chip cymbals. You don't want marching with Pringles, you know?
Yeah. So back to the hack I was saying in general, what's the one thing that you could do to practice juggling? So what I did was, well, for me, I was in my basement, and the way I was learning how to juggle was I started off with a couch. Like I was just practicing juggling over the couch, and I definitely dropped a lot, but the thing is it would roll onto the couch. Then what would happen also is sometimes it would roll on the couch, but then roll onto the ground. So what was the way I learned how to juggle? So yes, use the couch, but the ultimate thing you can do, and this even works on tour, is to get like an air mattress or to get like any sort of mattress. It doesn't even actually have to be a mattress. You can use a blanket, like a really thick blanket. You can use pillows.
Mm-hmm. Cushions.
Yeah, I'd say I was the biggest culprit of using pillows, especially. But using anything that cushions is the best way to develop juggling. And then once you're juggling for a while, that's when you need to start pulling things away, because if you work under the mindset knowing that you have things under there to support you, you're never really going to comprehend like almost the fear of doing an actual juggle. Because the way I feel a juggle when I'm over a couch is the exact same way I feel over gravel. But when I started off, when I had the couch there, it was like, yeah, I can go for it. But there's just that mental barrier that's there.
Yeah, if you practice with the fear of dropping, you're definitely going to drop. If you're always like, oh, if I miss this, it's going to be super loud and it's going to break my cymbal, you're definitely going to drop. So having the pillows and cushions there, it's just like boost to confidence, really going to help you with your practicing, and probably going to drop less, honestly.
Yeah. Cool. So let's talk about the next one. I don't know if you want to get this, Lucas.
Next life hack, I don't even know what it is. Why don't you let me know?
Those are like the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that really enhance completely the way we perceived everything. Like it was completely game changer that allowed us to not only practice more efficiently, but also it allowed us to, you know, do more with our cymbals, especially the pad straps. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the one thing I would say actually, as a life hack, it might not be anything too crazy, but something to consider is the way you're also putting in the strap
True.
through inside your cymbal. Some people like to just shove it through, but then it causes like the strap to like get all tangled, especially when you do flips over and over. So the thing I'd say to do is do this like webbing motion. So if you got like the legs, right? I'm gonna do my best to explain this completely audio wise, but you got those four little legs at the end of your cymbal strap, right? Let's say you got the one all the way on the left, you got the one all the way on the right, and then you got the two that are on the inside, assuming that you like turn the strap over. So the way I like to do this is I like to do the strap all the way, or not the strap, but the leg all the way on the left, on top of the leg all the way on the right, and then you do the next one on the left, and then the next one on the right.
It's like a weave.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I put the strap through the cymbal. And then once it's through the cymbal, I pull. It'll look something where like they're all stacked on top. And then what I'll do is I'll take the one from the top and the bottom. It really doesn't matter, but I separate those two. This looks so weird because I'm like doing this visually.
Yeah, you got this weird finger thing going on. Audio listeners have no clue.
Yeah, so I would take those two and I'd separate them this way, and then the two on the sides I'd separate them to the side. It doesn't matter which way, but that's the best way to put your strap through without it tangling. And so since if we weave left, then right, then left, then right, then you got this would be your right hand cymbal. And then let's say per se you do far right, far left, right, left, then that would be your left strap.
Yeah, so you want them to alternate pretty much. You don't want all of the straps just going randomly. If you take all the legs, you want it to be left, right, left, right. That's a left-handed cymbal. Or right, left, right, left. That'll be right-handed. So if it's starting with the right leg, that's gonna be for your right hand because it's gonna end up with it the little the right leg on top. So it's gonna be really comfortable getting your hand in. And of course, this isn't something that you have to do. There's probably like a million ways to put your straps in. But this is how we do it, and we're pretty comfortable with it. And it's pretty cozy for our hands. Feels nice. But yeah, and then once you get it through the hole, the alternating motion will help them cross. If you can kind of see, it'll like cross when it goes through. And then you can tie it, and it's not going to get all tangled, and it's not going to be all like scrunched up at the top when you put your hand in. It's going to be very smooth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that is our last life hack. We're actually out of time. Timer's saying we're at 22 minutes, so gonna end this thing.
Actually, real quick, I got one last one. Throw
Oh,
this one
the
in really
bonus, the
quick.
bonus.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the one where if you really stay to the end, it's like that TikTok trend where it's like, all right, now that the girls are gone, or now that the
Yeah.
girls are gone.
Now that all the other people that clicked away are gone.
Yeah. So this one is actually probably the biggest hack. Before
Dang.
even doing all this stuff, right?
Best for last.
Yeah. So before all this stuff, right? You have this like little metal ring in the center of your cymbal, and
Mm.
depending on the cymbal, you might not have it. But the best thing to do is they call it the grommet. So basically, you want to get like scissors and take that out and grab sandpaper and sand the inside. So let's say like if you do experiment with this pad strap idea, but the pad strap won't go through, just sand the outside and make the circle bigger. So,
Yeah, that gives you a lot more space to put the strap in.
mhm. Yeah, exactly. But cool. Yeah, that was the last thing I had to say. I thought that was important. So.
Yeah, you got that bonus one in there. Secret life hack. Shout out to the people still listening. Anyway, yeah, that's all we got time for. So make sure you follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and watch out for the next one. See you next week.